Yeah, here it goes.
Shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I got it. All right, good morning, everyone. Uh, I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the supplemental provisional ballot review meeting of the Dare County Board of Elections. Today is Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. And the first item of business is our Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. And I'd like to welcome back our member Ken Buchanan is with us today. We're happy to have him back. And as I said, today we'll be reviewing supplemental provisional ballot review meetings. This is a regular part of our election review after every single election. The reasons for reviewing these types of ballots are special. Each one has something that caused the ballot to have to be reviewed by our board. And for the sake of clarity, I'd like to ask our director, Jackie Tillett, to give a brief example of some of the examples as to why we have provisional supplemental ballots. Jackie, if you would, please.
So the supplemental ballots are absentee ballots that were received on election night by the deadline of 7:30 p.m. We do not have any of those for this meeting, so we will not have any ballots to review or to tabulate as supplementals. The provisional ballot is a ballot that a voter would vote in the event that they present it to vote at the early voting site or an election day precinct, and for various reasons could not just go in, state their name and address, and provide their photo ID and vote a regular ballot. So there would be multiple reasons why someone would need to vote a provisional ballot. And for this meeting, we only have one provisional ballot that was cast at an early voting site, and we have that ballot here for the board to review. And this individual voted at the early voting site in Kill Level Hills, and she voted a provisional ballot because she did not want to vote she was registered with a different party, and she wanted to vote the Republican ballot that was eligible for this second primary, and she was not registered as unaffiliated or Republican. Therefore, she had to vote a provisional ballot. The precinct official called our office on that day, and which we always ask them to call the office to investigate whether or not a person is eligible, and we could maybe find something in our records that would prevent them from voting a provisional and that would allow them to vote a regular ballot. But in this instance, when we did our research, this individual was registered with a party that was not eligible to vote in the second primary, and we tried to explain to her that she actually voted a provisional ballot back in the March primary as well for the same reasons, and that provisional ballot was denied. Therefore, the same reason for this ballot also applies, because she was registered with the No Labels Party, but she wanted to be registered Republican, but that registration when she voted in March, she was registered No Labels. And then for the May primary, she had to also vote provisionally. In the March primary, her provisional ballot was denied as well. And her voter registration has not been changed to her desired party affiliation of Republican because of the law that we cannot make any party changes or process any new registrations between the first primary and the second primary. So therefore, her registration still remains as No Labels, but it will be changed once we complete Canvas and we start processing everything that we have in our queue. She is in our current queue of 700 or 800 that we have to process right now, and her party affiliation will be changed at that time. So I have that provisional ballot here, if for the board to review. Staff recommendation is that this ballot be denied because of the fact that she's registered with the No Labels Party and it was not eligible to vote in this second primary. Do y'all have any questions about anything?
The first time around, she voted as a Democratic primary.
No, the first primary that was in March, okay, she was registered No Labels, and she voted a provisional ballot because she wanted to vote the Republican ballot. So that was her only alternative to be able to vote is to vote a provisional ballot because she wanted to vote the Republican ballot. There was no labels ballot, so that would have been the only thing that she would have been eligible for.
Okay, she was only eligible for the no labels part. That's okay,
Correct.
now
She was
thank you.
registered with No Labels, and
There was no.
there was
labels.
no labels ballot. Therefore, she was not eligible to vote in the first or the second primary, other than voting a provisional. And when the precinct official called us during early voting, we tried to explain the situation to her, but she still insisted on voting a provisional ballot, and therefore she was allowed to vote a provisional ballot.
When someone is denied, are they notified? If her vote was denied
No, because they are provided with information
when they vote?
when they vote
Okay.
that they can check the status of their
Okay.
provisional ballot. Each person that votes a provisional ballot is provided an instruction sheet with a phone number and a PIN number that identifies them in the system, and they can check that status of their provisional ballot.
Disapprove.
I move to disapprove the ballot.
All right, it's been moved and seconded by the board to disapprove the ballot. Is there any discussion or any comments?
What, not that I would disagree, but this is this a, by statute, North Carolina statute, with respect to the registration and changing party and what that interim period of time is?
Yes, it is by statute that, of course, we have a voter registration deadline prior to every election, and that registration deadline for the first primary was February the 9th of 2024. So in order for someone to be eligible to vote the party affiliation or to be eligible to vote in the first primary, they would have had to meet that registration deadline regarding being, as being a new registrant or changing their party affiliation. So that application would have had to been in our office by 5 p.m. on February the 9th, 2024. Okay, so this individual did not have an application in our office by that deadline. So then we get to where we were with this, having a second primary. And the statute does not allow for same-day registration or party affiliation changes and new registrations between the first and second primary. So we were not able to make any change. Although she voted a provisional ballot during the first primary, we were not able to make that party change to make her eligible to vote the party ballot that she wanted to vote for the second primary.
Thank you for
But
that
her party
clarification.
affiliation will be changed once we complete canvass and we start processing all the changes from the first primary and the second primary and all the new registrations and changes that we've received via the DMV portal also. So we've got probably 800 in the queue holding to process.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification, Jackie. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah, that was a good question. I mean, our voters run into stuff like that because they don't understand that it's the timing of the registration in terms of the second
Yeah,
primary.
and it's rare that we have a second primary,
Yeah.
and the rules kind of change a little bit because during the first primary, we did have same-day registration, and during the second primary, same-day
Yeah.
registration is not permitted. So, had same-day registration been permitted, we probably would have had a lot more new registrants trying to vote, but it was not permitted between the first and the second
Mhm.
primary.
Are there any other questions or comments, anybody? All right, all those in favor of the motion to disallow the provisional ballot, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? All right, that ballot is not approved. Jackie, do you have any other business?
I do not.
Okay. I just want to inform the board that our IT staff has informed me that tomorrow certification will not be live streamed. And for whatever reason, I don't know what those are, but I just do want to say how I feel about something like that. I think it's important. Tomorrow is our Canvas certification. And this is certainly not an attack on the IT staff or our county, but I do want to say on behalf of myself, I don't know how you all feel, and I certainly understand that we don't have massive ratings, if you will. Okay, I understand that, but with the intent of the live stream and the fact that I feel like we're here to be in service to the voters of Dare County. And on behalf of the voters of Dare County, especially those who expect to be able to see a live stream broadcast of what we do and hear explanations like we just gave that lay bare some of the regulations that restrict and allow certain things to happen during elections. I hope that this can be limited because right now we're getting intermittent live streams. And I know that some people count on those, especially those observing the actions of the Board of Elections. So I just wanted to say that to everyone. This is I'm speaking for myself here right now because I don't know how you all feel, but as chairman of this board, I feel like that I need to represent our voters. I think that's part of our public service, and I think it's important that we, if we're gonna have live streaming, then we need to be consistent and we need to have it every single meeting and stay committed to that service as best we can. And I know that, sometimes it has to do with limited resources. Sometimes it has to do with sicknesses that are unexpected or whatever. We all understand that. Our board suffers those problems too. But anyway, I just want you all to know, okay, that's the main thing. And, if anybody has any comments in regards to this. What's that?
How do we get it changed?
Well,
They can't do it tomorrow, right?
yeah.
Right.
They don't have the personnel or they're not scheduled?
They can't do it tomorrow. They don't have anyone to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, but this canvassing is really important.
That's right.
But it's not required to be live streamed.
No, we understand that. Yeah, we understand that. It's, you know, some of these meetings, especially in the current atmosphere, you know, I think it's really important for people to see what we do and that we do things in a fair way for our voters. And we'll probably get a lot more attention as we move toward the general election. So, you know, does anybody else have anything else to say? I'm not trying to stir the pot, but I want you all to know what's going on. That's the main thing.
I would concur and support your position. I think it is important.
Myself too.
Okay.
I think it is important.
All right. Well,
I concur as well.
with that said, I can send a letter to the county manager and express our, you know, concern about that. I mean, if that's advisable, or, you know, if you all agree with that. Yeah.
Especially for canvassing.
Yeah. Well, for the whole,
If it's that big of a deal, I'll be here tomorrow.
what's that?
Never mind. I'll be here tomorrow.
She says if it's that big of a deal, she'll be here tomorrow. She was
Yeah.
planning, she was not gonna be here tomorrow, but she will come in just for that.
Yeah. It's not to put pressure on you, Pam. That's not what this is about. You know that, right? Yeah. All right. So,
I mean, it won't take very long. It shouldn't be very long at all. So we appreciate you
Yes, thank you.
interrupting your schedule to take time to do that.
Thank you for,
yeah.
Pam, for doing that.
All right. Do we have any other business? Anyone have anything else? Tomorrow is the certification, is the canvas meeting at 11 a.m. right here. And I hope y'all are going to be here with us. Tomorrow is a critical day, you know, for this second primary. I don't have any other business, so you all don't have any other business. So I'm going to adjourn the meeting, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all.